Nearly 50 years after Rocky first hit theaters, the iconic boxing saga is still swinging, with new stories on the horizon. While Creed 4 is already in the works, and Rocky creator Sylvester Stallone has teased both a Rocky Balboa prequel and a darker Drago spin-off, one film fans are still hoping for is Rocky 7. Despite Stallone's absence in Creed 3 and his recent projects, many are wondering if the Italian stallion will return to the ring once more. Here's everything we know about a potential Rocky 7 and the franchise's new directions. Alright, let's bring you up to speed. The Rocky prequel series just got a new update from Sylvester Stallone himself, and he's finally put pen to paper with a few pages already written. After a knockout success of Rocky in 1976 and its 5 sequels, not to mention the Creed spin-offs, the Rocky franchise continues to grow. Stallone first hinted at a prequel TV show in 2019, but fans have been left guessing ever since. In a recent interview on the Inspire Me podcast, Stallone shared a little tease about the prequel story, likening it to a real-life twist on Lady and the Tramp, featuring a young Rocky and Adrian, each in their teens. According to Stallone, the story would explore Rocky's bad boy years at age 17 and Adrian's quieter life at 15, with Paulie moving into a new neighborhood. Stallone has kept his story close to heart, describing the series as wonderful and clearly personal. While fans are excited, Stallone only recently started writing, so we won't see the show on our screens anytime soon. Filming may not start until 2025, which could put the release date out to 2026 at the earliest. Meanwhile, Creed 4 is already confirmed and moving forward without Stallone's Rocky, as the Creed films have built up their own fan base. However, for this Rocky prequel, recasting young Rocky will be a major challenge since Stallone has become inseparable from the role across nearly 5 decades of films. There's still a lot unknown about this prequel, but Stallone getting a start on the script is a promising step forward. Fans can look forward to a fresh new layer of Rocky lore if it all comes together. Other than this, Stallone has also recently teased what Rocky 7 could have been through an Instagram post, sparking intrigue among fans for the never-realized storyline. In his notes, Stallone shared that the film would have continued Rocky's journey through 3 major story threads, each aimed at adding depth to his character. One key element was Rocky's restaurant, Adrian's, which fans last saw in Creed 2. Named in memory of his late wife, Adrian, the restaurant has always represented a personal space for Rocky, grounding him after he left the ring. By bringing him back in Rocky 7, Stallone would have underscored Rocky's ongoing connection to Adrian, showing how her legacy influences his life long after her death. The restaurant's return also ties into another key plotline, Rocky grappling with Adrian's passing. Stallone revealed that Rocky 7 would have depicted Rocky either reminiscing about or envisioning a moment with Adrian, hinting at a cameo for Talia Shire. This emotional angle would dive into a side of Rocky that fans have rarely seen, his process of grieving the woman who was the emotional core of his life. Rocky's story in Rocky Balboa hinted at his loss, but the depth of his sorrow remained largely untouched, making Rocky 7 a unique chance to confront this part of his story. And of course, a Rocky movie wouldn't be complete without a boxing arc. Stallone's post also shared hints about a new character, Chucho the Mutt, a 27-year-old fighter whom Rocky would have discovered in a fight club. Whether Rocky would have mentored Chucho or fought him in the ring remains unclear, but this storyline offered a compelling direction, allowing Rocky to either continue as a coach or step back into the ring one last time. Although Rocky 7 had a promising concept, it never made it to the big screen. According to Stallone's Instagram post, the film's cancellation was linked to certain individuals, with Stallone hashtagging Irwin's fault, a nod to Irwin Winkler, who has held the rights to Rocky for nearly half a century. The tension between Stallone and Winkler is no secret, with Stallone expressing frustration over the ownership of a character he's devoted so much to. Their conflict even led to Stallone's absence from Creed 3, where he disagreed with the franchise's new direction. For Stallone, Rocky 7 may be another casualty of this rights feud. While the concept of Rocky 7 was exciting, some argue that its cancellation may have been a blessing in disguise. After Rocky 5's poor reception in 1990, the franchise took a long hiatus, only to return triumphantly in 2006 with Rocky Balboa, which served as a satisfying conclusion to Rocky's journey. Attempting Rocky 7 would have been risky, especially if it recycled the premise of Rocky training a new fighter like Chucho. This would echo Rocky V's story with Tommy Gun, making it feel repetitive and potentially diminishing Rocky's legacy again. Another crucial outcome of Rocky VII's cancellation was the freedom it gave the franchise to evolve with Creed. Had Stallone continued with Rocky VII, the Creed films might never have happened, costing audiences a fresh new storyline and breathing life into the series by introducing Adonis Creed. Creed and Creed II revitalized the franchise, blending the legacy of Rocky with a modern, powerful narrative, and perhaps that's why Rocky VII's fate turned out to be a positive one for the series as a whole. But seeing that Rocky is now set to get a prequel series, it looks like nothing is truly impossible for this beloved franchise. Stallone has hinted at some intriguing ideas for the Rocky prequel, giving fans a peek into Rocky and Adrian's early lives. Stallone describes the show as capturing a youthful Rocky at 17, with a tone that he says resembles Lady and the Tramp, but with real people and a tough, gritty edge. This prequel aims to explore Rocky's bad boy phase, show how he and Adrian first crossed paths, and depict the neighborhood dynamics that shaped him into the underdog boxer we meet in the original Rocky. Although it's still early in development, Stallone's recent updates suggest he's committed to bringing this story to life. Given Rocky's lasting impact and devoted fanbase, the prequel could be an exciting way to dive deeper into Rocky's origins and see how his character developed long before he was throwing punches in the ring. And while Rocky VII may have been shelved, Stallone's new approach with the prequel shows there are endless ways to keep the franchise alive. By going back to the beginning, Stallone can keep Rocky's story fresh while honoring the core themes that made Rocky such an enduring icon. It might not be the Rocky VII we once envisioned, but this new chapter could be the perfect way to bring Rocky's world back to life, one punch at a time. On the flip side, the Rocky franchise is exploring darker themes in the upcoming Drago spin-off, which centers on Ivan and his son Victor. Actor Florian Munteanu, who plays Victor, recently confirmed that this film would veer into a darker tone than the upbeat feel of the mainline Rocky and Creed films. Slated to dig into Drago's backstory, the film also incorporates a timely storyline. The Dragos emigrate to the U.S. following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, adding an impactful, topical layer. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget, we always welcome your suggestions for future videos, so drop them in the comments below.